Hi everyone, so today I'm finally doing my tutorial on how to curl your own hair. Just a heads up, it's probably going to be longer because I will go step by step on what I do. It's kind of flattering. There's tons of tutorials on YouTube about how to curl your own hair, but everyone wanted me to do, not everyone, one of my clients anyways, they really wanted me to do one, so I will do one for you. At a later date I'll do a beach wave, and on that one I'll make that one quicker. This will be an absolute step-by-step how-to on how I curl my hair and teach my clients to curl their hair. And I will be using a 1-inch curling iron today. 1 inch is kind of the standard size for curling irons for a volume curl, which is what I'm doing today. A volume curl is great with a 1 inch because you can leave it a little tighter or you can brush it out. So I will show you both ways to do that. And it lasts longer over a couple of days. A beach wave is really relaxed and beautiful. Falls out a little bit quicker. I find with using my 1 inch and doing a volume curl, after 3 days I end up with a beach wave anyways. So it's kind of the best of both worlds that way. Let's get started. This can be done on medium hair. I would say starting at about this length. Once you start to get up here, I section it differently. So I would need to show you a different, just because it's hard to pull the hair from the back quick enough. So try it anyways. If you have, starting from here down, this will work. If you have to adjust a little bit at the back, do so. And we'll get started. What I always pre-prep my hair though with is a thermal protectant spray. I do a thermal protectant cream before I blow dry, and then any type of heat I always do a spray. So I'll either use my Surface Hair protein spray, it's a repair tonic, so this adds protein into the hair, but it also does have a heat protectant in it. My other quick go-to is the Joico Ironclad. It's just a simple spray. It doesn't have any protein things in it, or like the Surface Hair one does, but this one gives you just heat protectant. I take it when I do bridal shoots and stuff, and it's easy to throw in. This product I actually use probably about every third day. I'll just spray it in my hair and let it sit because it is a protein treatment. Okay, let's get started. So what you do is you part your hair all the way down the back. I find with this sectioning, it's less things to section, so then it's easier. Doesn't have to be straight. Just section down the back, put them over your shoulders. Now, if it helps because your hair is shorter than mine easily sits, I would just add like a sectioning clip to hold this over, okay? That way you won't be grabbing from the other side. So you just want to start, it's very simple. You just want to start from the bottom. Pull out a section of hair. If you want to pull bigger, you can pull smaller. And then I twist this and grab your jaw clip. You're going to need clips for this, for sure. Just going to take this guy out. And you're simply going to grab, and what you're going to do is we're just going to work our way up. So I like to separate this one. I don't hairspray before I put my curl in. That'll be really drying on the hair. I already have the thermal protectant in. So I take my curling iron, and you want to grab as close to the root as you can. Turn away from your face, pull it down. Turn away from your face. Use this guy, pull it down. Away from your face. And I always like to leave the end out, let it sit, and then I tap it. Tap it with my thumb and pull it out. And don't touch it. A common thing back in the day was to actually curl your hair from the bottom, rolling up. Don't do that. You're going to curl the bottom of your hair and actually have a lot of heat on it. And if you need to practice this without your curling iron turned on, I highly recommend that. Do this whole sectioning and practice with your curling iron turned off. That way you can really get the technique down. Really close to your root. If you have to use two hands, you can. Roll it towards the back of your head, slide. Roll and slide. This way, having a ceramic barrel, your hair is going to slide through it really, really easily. That's what the ceramic irons are meant to do. Let it sit and then just gently roll it out. So when I gently roll it out, what I'm actually doing is releasing just very slight. This is probably besides opening it to clap it in at the top of the root, this is about as open as I ever bring it for the whole curling procedure. So once you've got that, grab your clip, take it out, grip your hair, and grip quite tightly again. Like we don't want lazy arm section. I just use my finger and I pull down the next chunk. Twist, twist, twist. Pull this out of the way. Comb it out. If you don't have a tail comb, that's okay. Use a regular comb. Your finger can work great for sectioning. So as you can see, I've taken quite, good 2-inch vertical section. And I like to move along quite quickly. I just take my finger and I section it. Leave that one down. Pull this one up. Take my curling iron near the root. Now, another good tip is the tension that I have on my hair. I noticed when I was watching my sister flat iron my niece's hair, her tension was really lax like this, and she was putting the flat iron in and gently pulling. So you need to actually have some tightness there. Like you want to be able to feel that you're pulling on your root, not so it hurts obviously, but you want that definite tension because then it gives the curling iron somewhere to grip. So when you slide and you go to turn, and again, I'm pulling, like I've got that tension there. Twist, pull. This is the part that's going to take the most practice, I find, with people. Twist and pull. And it's going all away from my face. And I'm also curling the same way. You can do your curls all a different way, which is really, really beautiful. And I do that too sometimes. I find with doing everything rolled away from my face, it's easy if I need to touch it up because I know which way everything is going. Sometimes if it's not, then if you curl the wrong way when you're touching it up, we all know how that is. You're like trying to fix it constantly. So good grip. Put your 1-inch in, let the clasp go. Slide, twist, use your thumb, open it slightly, twist. And you can use this same technique with a curling wand. Or any other size curling iron, obviously, like your 1.5 or your 2-inch. Those are great also. The bigger the barrel, the less tight of a curl you're gonna have, obviously. Loop it out gently. That one I left the end out a little bit by accident, but that's fine, I'm just gonna leave it. So as you can see, the volume curl, it gives you a really good curl from root to end. We're just gonna let those cool. Okay, and then we're going to section again. And this, I've kind of done this back part. So this is the hair that actually sits right by the back of my neck. So now I'm going to take more of a horizontal section. And again, about 1.5 inches. Let it go. Twist, twist, twist this out of the way. Clasp that in. And we're going to comb this. So now I've got like a horizontal. And you can still go vertical. Doesn't matter. And it doesn't have to be so precise of where you're grabbing your next chunk. If it's a little bit more forward, a little more back, doesn't matter. You're gonna get all the hair. Whoops, yeah, okay. That was actually a beach curl. Again, slide, wrap. And if you don't have a ceramic curling iron or a professional iron with a good quality coating on it, I wouldn't recommend trying to slide it. If it feels like it's gripping and pulling, don't do it. The heat is just gonna do excess damage that you don't need. Slide. This piece is quite a bit shorter. Tap it. And again, practice makes perfect. Been doing this for many years. See, and I just keep working my way up. I'm gonna grab hair from a little bit further behind now. And this is quite a thick piece. By doing that, I just save time. Section this out of the way, and you just want to find that big thick piece. That actually could take a bit of practice. If you pick up hair that's already curled, that's okay. Comb it out. See, I've got that quite thick. I just separate it, drop that down. Top of the root, curl behind. So I'm using 2 hands. I find that when people are learning, I sometimes tell them to use the 2 hands. It just guides the other hand. Curl back, slide. And when you get really good, you'll just fly through your head by doing this. I find that it's more in, sometimes people don't know where to start sectioning. It's really hard to curl the back of your head by yourself. Just looking in my other mirror that I have over here. If you're starting horizontal and trying to work your way up, it gets to be just too messy. Let that out, let that cool. And I had a piece back here somewhere. No, I think that's all. Next section here. There it is. Yeah. Find it. Let's do this one last guy here before I move on. Grab at the root, pull down, use two hands if you need, or if you're okay, use one hand, twist, let it set. And a good professional iron will be hot enough that you won't need to let it sit in there very long. You don't want to be sitting and sitting, waiting for that hair to curl. It should already be hot enough. Now that I took that big chunk from the back, I'm going to do this one, a horizontal. See, it's fairly simple. You just want to go up the side of the head, grab section by section, grab at the root, slide that down. The coordination between the thumb and turning of the curling iron, I find sometimes also takes the most time for people to learn. Another good tip for why you might want to practice with your curling iron turned off. Slide and turn. This is literally how I curl my hair every time I curl my hair. I haven't actually curled my hair in over a month, so this is really exciting because I'm going to have my curls back for the next 5 days before I wash again. Now, see, I'm getting close to the top, and I'm just going to keep taking horizontal slices. I'm going to put this one into 2 at the root, twist back, and depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed, one side's going to be more difficult than the other. I'm right-handed, obviously, so when I was learning, I found that this side was way harder. Okay, so I actually have some shorter pieces around my face, so I'm going to leave that one out because I like to detail those. Grab at the root, twist back, and pull. Back, twist back, tap in the ends there. So for this around my face, because I like to give myself kind of a 70s frame, I'm going to just leave that end out lazily like that. And classic case, I found a straight one in there. Just give it a quick curl. Last section up here, as you can see, I'm gonna put this one in 2. So what I did with the thermal spray is I basically quickly sectioned my hair, sprayed it everywhere, and brushed it through. Instead of going through and spraying each piece before you curl it, that would take you quite a bit more time. I find that now that I've been curling my hair for a very long time, I'm going to take out a small section again of the shorter. I can do my whole head in about 8 minutes doing this. I'm going to get this guy. Curl that, take it out. Now where was that piece? And just kind of look through it, and sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, here's one. Grab it, I'm gonna recurl the end of that. I don't know why this is harder to do on a camera phone than in my big mirror. Okay, so while that's setting, we're gonna do the other side, and I'm just gonna give it a very light spray. Very light spray. I don't like a lot of hairspray in my hair because then it'll build up over the days. I'll almost just spray it once and that's it. So then what you've got obviously is you can take out your clip if you've, sectioned it. Just let that set, and then we'll do the other side the same way. Section from your neck, twist this out of the way, pull those apart. Now, this is the opposite side, so I still want to curl away from my face. So this side I was holding the curling iron and going this way. On this side of my head, because it's the same arm on the same side, so whatever arm, if the left arm or right arm, I'm righty, you're going to, instead of clipping it with my up here and rolling it back, you're going to clip it. Let me get this for you. With your slide it. Same technique, still roll back. I'm trying to think of a better way to explain this, but just think of rolling away from your face constantly and then you'll be okay. If you do some towards your face, that's fine. If you do the whole thing towards your face, you actually get a really beautiful vintage look. When I want to wear my hair in more of a vintage curl, I curl everything towards my face, which would basically be doing like this. Everything's going towards, right? But I'm going to keep with doing everything away. I'm going to use my two hands, and then I'll do my one-handed too. Again, when I pull it out, I'm releasing the clasp. Do one more here at the back again. About 1.5 to 2 inch section. Because I have thick hair, I don't want to take too big of sections or the heat's not going to penetrate all the way through the hair. Grab near the root, roll back. Again, I have like a good grip of tension on here. I can feel the pull on my scalp. Not so it hurts, but I can feel the tension. Hopefully this isn't too boring for you guys to watch. This is one of my favorite things to do, is curl my hair. Curling iron and myself are best friends. Well, for a hot tool. I was thinking too I would do a tutorial on just hot tools themselves. As you can see, we're starting to get that beautiful curled look. Okay, so this is where you kind of get to that part again where it's really thick, and this is, my hair's a little bit thicker on my right side than my left. So I'm going to just, I don't know if you can, probably can see that. Just gonna section it. Pull that down, take the bigger one out of the way. And then you want to re-grab and just be patient with yourself. Now I've got quite a big section here. So I'm going to actually maybe just clip this out of the way and just work with this piece to begin with. Section it into 2 near the root and curl back. I know using a 1 inch seems really small, especially with my length of hair, but using this technique, you can see it's not a crazy tight curl. But because of that 1 inch curl size, it'll give you a bit more holding length. Okay, gotta find that straight piece. Grab near the root. Make sure you don't burn your ear. And I have a bang. So if I didn't have a bang, obviously I would just keep going, depending on where my part was, towards the front of my face. Okay, now I'm left with this. I just combine those 2 sections. I'm going to go horizontal, pull that down, clip. It's good to comb through with a comb. I know sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want to, but that extra second. Separate, grab, wrap. A lot of times I'll wear out the springs on my curling iron just because I'm pumping them slightly. Grab near the root, don't burn your ear or the side of your face. Slide and wrap if you have to use 2 hands. I'm showing you the 2-handed way just because it's a little bit safer when you start. And when you get good, you can just go in with 1 hand. I'll move a little quicker. I didn't want to do this one on, I didn't want to edit it. I didn't want to pause it. I wanted to show you the whole way around without chopping out anything. Okay, this needs a bit of a comb. So again, I've got quite a long section to separate. pull. This piece is actually a little bit thick. Probably could have separated it again, but that's okay. I'm gonna curl it anyways. It'll still curl. I've got a really good quality curling iron. We got these newer ones in called Mint, made by a brand name of Mint. I had never used them before, but Jenny, the owner of the salon, got them in, and she has been using them at her station, and they are awesome. The Mint brand. This is a Babyliss Pro. It's been my go-to favorite for years and years and years. It's a great brand of a professional iron. It's good to invest in a professional iron if you do want to curl your hair and keep your hair healthy and safe and have quality curls. I know they can be, let's redo this one here, the $100 range. But it's going to last you a very long time. I'm talking like years. I have curling irons that I've used for 15 years. Instead of buying, I don't know what that brand is, Conair. Instead of buying like 4 or 5 of those, you just invest in the one curling iron and stick to it. Okay, I'm gonna leave my shorter pieces out around my face. Grab near the root, twist back. I find with the, sometimes the really kind of cheap curling irons, the heat distribution is just not strong enough. And you're almost just sitting and baking your hair, and my clients get frustrated, like, I can't get my curls as nice. But you need that high heat to really set the hair. Curl backwards. And sometimes if it's like looking a little messy, whatever, I just leave it. Curls have a magical way of working out. Okay, so I'm left kind of with this top horizontal piece. Because my hair is really thick, I'm actually going to separate it one more time. Yeah, it's probably the wiser choice. Sometimes if I'm really lazy, I'll just grab bigger sections and then it'll just give me a looser curl. Back, curl back, curl back. So doing it over your shoulders that way with the part down the back just makes the sectioning much easier and less complicated. I know you could section your hair into 4s. It's initially how I had been taught. I'm going to take this out for a sec. There's a short little guy here, probably from around my face. But then I just defaulted to just sectioning down my back, putting over my shoulder, and working my way up. I'm going to redo this one. I always like to go back in afterwards and see if there's any I need to redo. All right, next section. My last section. Comb it through. Separate. Curl back. Curl back, pull it in. It's probably the longest tutorial to date. Close to the root, curl back. I would practice with your curling iron turned off until you're really comfortable with the use of your curling iron. And then sometimes I like to see if any of these face ones need a little bit of a curl. Look at this guy. Now doing something short like this. Where did you go? Come back, come back. I'll just grab up near the root and I literally just slide. I don't even open up the curling iron. And I'll leave it in. Now, let me see if there's any more that kind of need redoing. This one I kind of don't like, so I'm gonna just quickly touch up the end of this one. And then I'm going to give it a light spray with my aerosol spray. This is a medium hold. It's a layering spray. Okay, And that's literally all the hairspray I will put in my hair. And then you want to just put it all the way to the back. The side's still cooling off here. Now I usually like to take a mirror, this guy, and I'll have a mirror behind me, and I'll take it and I'll look and just shake it out, and sometimes there will be a piece that's like a little wonky right down the back. So with the mirror in my hand, I'll kind of just grab it like that. Let's just pretend it's usually, honestly, it's usually this one. And I'll just give it a quick recurl. Very quick, so I already put hairspray in it. Oopsies. And I'll curl it out. Okay, so now, if I want to just leave the curls fairly tight, what I'll do is I'll just piece them out with my hands and then finish touching up my makeup or getting dressed. And then I get this nice, big, beautiful volume curl. However, if you do want to loosen it up, a good suggestion is to take your brush and just start at the bottom and brush it out. This way is a good way to relax your curl, get a nice soft wave. This side's still kind of warm, but for the sake of time, I will do this. Don't be afraid to brush it. This too is also a beautiful way to get a really kind of soft glamour wave. And see, by brushing it out, it just relaxes everything. Well, I hope that was helpful. I'm very excited to have my wave back. I feel like me now. This is my favorite way to wear my hair. Practice, 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 and good luck. Hopefully this was really helpful for you guys. If it was too long, I apologize. And enjoy your curly hair. Okay, bye.